YouTubers! Today I'm going to be reviewing Shmaltz Brewing Company's newly released Jewbelation 15. This is an anniversary ale that they release every single year ever since their 8th anniversary, and each time they add an extra malt and extra hops, and it raises the ABV up one. So this is actually a 15 malt, 15 hops, and a 15% beer. So this is going to be pretty darn big. Last year's was sort of classified as a barley wine, 14%. This is just generally a American strong ale. So anyways, let me go ahead and open it up and I'll show you how it is. I figured this would be perfect right in time for the Hanukkah holidays. So happy Hanukkah to all you Jewish people. Oh man, look at that color. That's like a dark ruby red. Definitely has this ruby color, but it's really dark. I'm just going to pour this amount because this is something I'm guessing I'll have to nurse. It's pretty big. And I'm glad that this comes with a gift pack, so that's a good deal because I personally think having a beer this big in a bomber is just so much. And even last year's 14%, it was just a bit much, when it's in a bomber. So I think this is perfect. Let me check the aroma on this. Wow. Man, it's definitely caramel. Caramel is there. You smell the sweet malts, and as I've been reviewing these beers, even the Coney Island Lager series, malts is kind of their strength. So it's kind of, they have their signature sweetness as well. So, but yeah, caramel. Actually, burnt caramel. I'm smelling some kind of like that, like roasted kind of smell. Almost like a Rausch beer. Yeah, definitely like some slight smokiness. Chocolate is definitely there. So it's almost like a subtly smoky chocolate barley wine, maybe. Minus the hops. I'm not getting much hops in the aroma. So anyways, let me go ahead and give it a drink. And happy Hanukkah to all y'all. L'chaim. Wow. Wow. Kind of reminds me of the 14th anniversary because if you've seen my video of that, when you drink it, man, it just coats your tongue. It just coats your tongue with this molassesy, chocolatey, caramel, toffee kind of taste. Just wraps around and it just still lingers there. That's why I was like, a bomber is just too big. But this is perfect. But this is definitely going to take a while, man. Another thought. I'm actually very, very surprised this is 15%. It's ready to drink. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think this is ready to drink. They must have aged it just enough. But, because I was thinking, if it's a 15% beer and they just released it, it needs to sit for a year. But this, it doesn't need to sit at all. I'm really surprised, man. Very minimal carbonation. I mean, it's not surprising because it's 15%. I wish there was someone that doesn't really drink big beers to sit here with me to drink it, because they'll be able to tell you if it tastes boozy to them or not. But to me, it doesn't taste boozy at all, and I'm guessing because so much sugar and the sweet malts, it just coats your tongue. It just masks every alcohol possibility that all the fumes just like dissipates. It just tastes like chocolate-covered caramel. Or chocolate-covered burnt caramel is probably the best description I could think of right now with this beer. As smooth as it is, as much of the alcohol is masked, it's pretty sweet. But I don't, aside from it coating the tongue, I don't really notice any imbalance to the beer, other than the fact that it's pretty sweet. So I'm gonna have to give this an A-. That's just my grading. I think it's fairly an A- beer because it's not like mediocre. There's plenty of flavor, and I'm not giving it in the A range just because it's 15%. Just because it's making me happy. It's really nice, but of course I've only had a few sips of this, and I'm just imagining if I have the whole bottle, I may end up just kind of getting tired of the sweetness. I might get kind of like overly sweet, and it might be too much for me. So I mean, it might even be B+. So I kind of give it maybe like an A- B+ grading, and I could definitely see someone giving it in the B range as well too. But it's a good beer, man. I dig it, and I'm glad that I got the one in the 12 ounce from the gift pack, because having a 22 ounce of this, you better be sharing it with someone unless you really want to get trashed. Yeah, as I'm drinking this more and more, I'm starting to get more of those raisin and prune notes, kind of like, it has this barley wine-ish feel to it, but it's definitely a strong ale, but a highly drinkable strong ale. It's almost scary. But although the first time I had the 14, Jewbelation 14, that was also very drinkable as well, but the times after that, it actually turned out to be more hoppy, which I was surprised. So if you guys end up buying this, you guys might experience something a little bit different. And they're like, hey, you know, Winton from Beer Chuchuba, he was like way off from the bottle. So that's a possibility, just throwing it out there. But this is what I'm tasting with this bottle, and I think it's really good. So anyways, this was the 15. If you do end up getting the bomber, definitely share it unless you really want to do it to yourself. All that sweetness and the high ABV. But anyways, this was the Jewbelation 15, the highly drinkable Jewbelation 15 by Shmaltz Brewing Company. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next beer blog. L'chaim.